Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Rebel Atlantic City as we get set for the official weigh-ins for tomorrow night's season finale Bellator MMA live on Spike. Tomorrow night, our first fight inside the cage, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Those prelims, of course, as always, seen live on Spike.com. Then at 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Central Time, we'll go live on Spike TV for the season finale in this Bellator's 8th season. It's Bellator MMA live on Spike, the tournament championship round plus a world title challenge, all in the mix for tomorrow night's action. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. If you're on site or in the area, you can pick up tickets right here on site at the box office here at Rebel Atlantic City. For those folks joining us on the live stream, we welcome you to Atlantic City, again on site here at Rebel. We are in the location called Social, just outside the casino floor. The official weigh-ins will begin in just one moment. Here in Bellator's 8th season, 5 different weight classes in the toughest tournament in sports. 3 months. We've got fighters, 8 fighters in each of those 5 weight classes. The 1 fighter in each weight class that wins 1 fight in each of 3 consecutive months is crowned the tournament champion, takes home the total $100,000 purse, and most importantly will earn that world title shot. Tomorrow night in the toughest tournament in sports, 2 tournament championships, the first in the middleweight division, followed then by the tournament championship in the featherweight division. Plus tomorrow night in the main event of the evening, a featherweight world championship fight. The champion, Curran, against the challenger, Shamhalaya. It all takes place again tomorrow night. My name is Mike Williams, cage announcer for Bellator MMA, and with me, as always, on stage, the lovely ladies from Bellator MMA, Jade and Mercedes. Joining us momentarily on stage will be the chairman and CEO of Bellator MMA, Mr. Bjorn Rebney. Overseeing tonight's weigh-ins and tomorrow night's action, the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board counsel in attendance supervising is Mr. Nick Lembo. And now to bring the fighters to the scale, we'll welcome TV commentator on the live broadcast on Spike TV. If you would, please put your hands together for Mr. Jimmie Smith.
Thank you so much. Great to be back in Atlantic City. We start off with the prelims. Check them out on Spike.com. We start out with the light heavyweights, 205 pounds. Anton Talamontes versus Liam McGeary, first to the scale out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Please welcome Anton Talamontes. Record of 5-3 background in wrestling. Official weight 205 even for Anton Talamontes. And his opponent out of Belmar, New Jersey, please welcome Liam McGeary. Undefeated in his young career, 3-0, 1 KO, 2 submissions. Official weight 204 even for Liam McGeary. They'll start us off at 205, the light heavyweights, Anton Talamontes versus Liam McGeary, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the featherweights, 145 pounds, Kevin Roddy versus Breland Van Artsdalen, first to the scale out of Bricktown, New Jersey. Please welcome Kevin Roddy. Official weight 146 even for Kevin Roddy. And his opponent out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, please welcome Breland Van Artsdalen. Official weight 145.2 for Breland Van Artsdalen. Give it up for our second fight of the night, the featherweights, Kevin Roddy versus Breland Van Artsdalen. Give it up for him. And for our third fight of the night, remember, check it out on Spike.com. The prelims always full of finishes. The featherweights, 145 pounds. Michael Hess versus Will Martinez versus the scale out of Alexandria, Virginia. Please welcome Michael Hess. Record of 3-1, a background in kickboxing, 2 KOs, 1 submission in those 3 wins. Stands 5'7", 27 years old. Official weight. $145.9 for Michael Hess. And his opponent out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, please welcome Will Martinez. Record of 5-2-1, a background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. 2 KOs, 3 submissions in his 5 victories. Official weight. 144.9 for Will Martinez. Give it up for our third fight tonight, the featherweights, Michael Hess versus Will Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, at a catch weight of 140 pounds, Jimmie Rivera versus Brian Kelleher. First to the scale out of Elmwood Park, New Jersey. Please welcome Jimmie Rivera. Outstanding record, 11-1, 1 KO, 2 submissions in those 11 wins. Background in freestyle fighting. Official weight. 139.3 for Jimmie Rivera. And his opponent out of Selden, New York, please welcome Brian Kelleher. Record of 8-3, 5 KOs, 3 submissions in those 8 wins. Also a background in freestyle fighting. Official weight. 139.5 for Brian Kelleher. Let's give it up for him. Jimmie Rivera versus Brian Kelleher. Moving up to the lightweights, 155 pounds, Felipe Nover versus Daryl Horker. First to the scale out of Brooklyn, New York. Please welcome Felipe Nover. Bellator veteran with a record of 7-5-1, 1 KO, 4 submissions in those 7 wins. Background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing. Stands 5'9", 29 years old. Official weight. 156 even for Felipe Nover. And his opponent out of Shermansdale, Pennsylvania, please welcome Daryl Horker. A Bellator veteran, he is undefeated, 7-0, 4 KOs, 1 submission in those 7 wins. Background in boxing and wrestling. Stands 5'10", only 25 years old. About that. I appreciate the bright green underwear. I do. Official weight. 156, and I appreciate that underwear, buddy. Give it up for the lightweights. 155 pounds, Felipe Nover versus Daryl Horker. Moving up to the middleweights, 185 pounds, Carlos Brooks versus Tom DeBlas. First up, out of Manhattan, New York, please welcome Carlos Brooks. Official weight. 188.8 has 2 hours to cut the 2 pounds. His opponent out of Fort River, New Jersey, Tom DeBlas. Record of 8-2, 2 KOs, 2 submissions in those 8 wins. Background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Official weight. $185.9 for Tom DeBlas. The middleweights, give it up for him. Oh, gotta wait till he gets his jeans on. Can't post properly without your jeans on. Doesn't work. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Let's give it up for him. The middleweights, Carlos Brooks versus Tom DeBlas, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, the welterweights. Are we waiting? Say it. Continue with the welterweights, 170 pounds. Cedric Goodrich versus Sam Orteza. First to the scale out of Rathway, New Jersey. Please welcome Cedric Goodrich. Background in freestyle fighting. He stands 6'2". Official weight. 172.8 for Cedric Goodrich. And his opponent out of Briarcliff, Pennsylvania, please welcome Sam Orteza. Record of 7-2, 1 KO, 6 submissions in those 7 wins. A background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The socks match the underwear. That's important, folks. That says something about you. Official weight. 170.5 for Sam Orteza. Let's give it up for him. The welterweights, Cedric Goodrich versus Sam Orteza, ladies and gentlemen. And our final preliminary fight, 170 pounds, Lyman Good versus Dante Rivera. First of the scale out of New York, New York. Please welcome Lyman Good. Former Bellator welterweight world champion. Official weight. $170.8 for Lyman Good. And his opponent, also from New York, New York, please welcome Dante Rivera. Very experienced, a record of 15-6, 3 KOs, 8 submissions, and those 15 wins, a background in freestyle fighting. Official weight. 170.9 for Dante Rivera. They're going to end our prelims. Check them out on Spike.com. Lyman Good versus Dante Rivera, ladies and gentlemen. And on to the televised portion of our show. Check us out on Spike. Our first fight in the welterweight division, 170 pounds, Caro Parisian versus Rick Hahn. First of the scale out of Hollywood, California, Caro the Heat Parisian. Record of 22-9, 12 submissions in those 22 wins. Of course, a background in judo. Official weight. $171. Raising the arms helps. Call back here real quick. Caro, tough fight tomorrow night against a fellow judo fighter. How does it feel to make your Bellator debut under those circumstances? Tough fight. You looking forward to it?
I always look forward to my fight. Come tomorrow night, I'll pour the heat on him. It's all good.
And his opponent, please welcome this guy out of Draycott, Massachusetts, Rick Hahn. A Bellator tournament champion, record of 14-2. Official weight. 170.7 for Rick Hahn. Rick, everybody talks about this battle of two outstanding judo players, but it's a mixed martial arts fight. Tell them what the fans can see tomorrow night.
Well, I think they can expect to see everything. It's just another fight for me, though. I'm going out there and do business and take care of the job.
You heard it, my man, kicking off the televised portion of our show. Caro, the Heat Parisian versus Rick Genghis Hahn. Give it up for him. And the first of our 2 tournament championships, the middleweights, 185 pounds, Brett Cooper versus Doug Marshall, first of scale out of Long Beach, California. Please welcome Brett Budoshin Cooper. Record of 19-7, 12 KOs, 2 submissions. 185.2 for Brett Cooper. Thought he was going to come out in the underwear. Why are you covering up, dude? That's awesome right there. Right here, my man. An emotional ride into the finals. A very tough fighter in Doug Marshall ahead of you. What are you looking forward to tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, just like the other night, looking to go out and dominate and impose my will on Doug Marshall.
And his opponent, welcome to the scale from Visalia, California, Doug the Rhino Marshall. Record of 17-6, 11 knockouts, 4 submissions, background in freestyle fighting. He stands 5'10". Official weight. $185.4 for Doug the Rhino Marshall. Doug, everybody knows what you do. You go out there, you look to knock somebody's head off. Very tough customer in front of you, in front of Brett Cooper. What can the fans look forward to tomorrow night?
Well, they can expect to see exactly what the Rhino does. You know what? I'm going to go forward. I'm going to get that money. I'm going to get that big check. You know what I mean? Hey, he's a tough guy. We're going to step up, see what happens.
You heard it, two guys who love to bang, the middleweight tournament championship. Give it up for him, Brett Cooper versus Doug Marshall, ladies and gentlemen. And our next tournament championship, the featherweights, 145 pounds, always delivers for Bellator. This is no exception. Frodo Haspalayev versus Mike Richmond, first to the scale out of Dagestan, Russia. Frodo Haspalayev. Official weight. 145.4 for Frodo Haspalayev. Dominant performance last time in the Bellator cage, up against a very tough striker in Mike Richmond, but will the result be another dominant performance? Tell me about it.
Прошлый бой ты очень доминировал против сильного бойца в стойке. В этот раз что от тебя ожидать можно?
Same result. Какие же результаты?
You heard it, same result. He speaks enough English right up there, my man. And his opponent, please welcome from Rosemont, Minnesota, Mike, the Marine Richmond. Outstanding record, 15-2, 6 KOs, 7 submissions, and those 15 wins, known for his lightning fast hands. Official weight, 145.1 for Mike, the Marine Richmond. You know, they say no easy fights in the Bellator tournament. Your last fight, a war against Popo Bezeha. It's going to be a war tomorrow night. What can the fans look forward to in this fight tomorrow?
They can look forward to what I do best, and I'm just going to box his ears off.
You heard it. Who's going to knock? Who's going to walk out of the cage? Who's going to get carried out? It's that kind of a fight. Frodo Haspalayev versus Mike, the Marine Richmond. Give it up for him. And our final fight of the night, the Featherweight World Championship, Shamalat Shamalayev versus Pat Curran, first to the scale out of Dagestan, Russia. I don't know what they feed those guys. Shamalat Shamalayev. Outstanding record, 12-1-1, 8 KOs, 1 submission in those 12 wins. One of those knockouts against Rad Martinez in his last fight in Bellator, earning his title shot with a tournament championship. Official weight, 146 on the dot for Shamalat Shamalayev. Right here, my man. Shamalat, you worked so hard to win the tournament. Now he shot against Pat Curran, one of the best featherweights in the world. What are the fans going to see tomorrow night?
Ты очень много работы сделал, приложил для того, чтобы выйти на чемпионский бой. Что от тебя могут ожидать фанаты?
Увидите.
I'm sure that means something important. Go ahead.
We'll see.
We will see. And his opponent, please welcome the featherweight world champion, Pat Curran. Outstanding record, 18-4, 5 KOs, 5 submissions in those 18 wins. Background in wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Coached by his cousin, Jeff Curran. Weight with the underwear. 144.7. He's ready to go. Shamalayev, your opponent so far in Bellator, hasn't collected wins, he's collected victims. Does that run stop tomorrow night with his championship fight? Tell me about it.
Absolutely, man. I'm not going to give up that belt anytime soon. It's going to be a war either way, so make sure you tune in tomorrow night.
You heard it. Tune in. It's going to be an outstanding featherweight championship. Shamalayev versus the champion, Pat Curran, for the belt. Give it up for him, folks. One of the most stacked cards in Bellator history. Fight fans, do not miss it. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Jimmy Smith, thank you very much. Mercedes J. Bjorn. Mr. Nick Limbo, thank you, sir. And for those that have joined us here live at Rebel, we thank you for joining us for the official weigh-ins for tomorrow night's season finale. Bellator MMA live on Spike. Again, prelims on Spike.com, 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. The main broadcast at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Again, live on Spike TV. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com and on site here at the Rebel box office. We'll see you tomorrow night here at Rebel, Atlantic City for Bellator MMA live on Spike.